Chapter 17.
What? Cinder shrieked. Malfoy is back? But how's that possible?
Calm down, Cinder, Turtle ordered. Gaze of water won't help to fix the problem.
What's not to get so worried about? Cinder snapped. That dragon's caused us so many problems. The reason why so many of us carry the pain of the past to this day. He destroyed the world and all of us with it.
Cinder, calm down,
Turtle bellowed and sent a mess upon the floor, causing the tower to sway. The black dragon is relaxed about 3 scales but fell silent.
We chose to die because we feared into the world that the Dark God's return would cause widespread panic and chaos. And this is what Malfoy feeds on.
Do we know anything about what's going on? And Rex stepping in to try and cut tension down a bit.
It's unclear what the Dark Master intends at this point. Hunter shook his head. We may suspect that he's out seeking revenge against Spyro and Cinder for his earlier defeat. But anything beyond that is a mystery to us.
Well, I want to know.
Flame groaned, grabbing everyone's attention. Is that guy even capable of attempting to destroy the world again? Thankfully, the power only resides within the purple dragons. Fruitier frowned. And purple dragons only. My theory is that the Dark Master may be trying to get to Spyro and have him initiate another cataclysmic event such as before. Which is why we need to find Spyro immediately, Hunter said, a savage growl resonated within his throat.
Where am I?
Spyro moaned.
He opened his eyes and looked around. He was back in his own room. Outside, the wind howled and the rain beat against the wet stone.
It's about time you woke up.
Spyro froze at the sound of a familiar voice. He was about to get up when he felt a heavy paw slam down on his back, pinning him. Malfoy shook his head as he let his claws dig into Spyro's back, causing the power dragon to cry in pain.
Young dragon, you never know when to accept defeat. I told you not to tell your guardian friends, but you wouldn't have had to defy my words anyways.
The black dragon reached up and grabbed a crystal thing from his neck. It was long, slender, and jagged.
Even if I do not have the power to summon the golems of the deep, or even the destroyer, I will have my former power back.
He snapped the crystal from his chain and held it delicately in his talons.
But I'll be sure to take it back in the most slow and painful way possible.
Spyro's eyes widened as a flash of lightning caught the tip of the crystal, giving it a deadly glow.
No! Cinder!
He screamed in his mind.
Cinder!
Cinder's eyes grew wide and her pupils dilated.
Spyro!
She gasped and her heart's stomach began to race out of control. The dragon staggered and fell against the other's leg.
Cinder! What's wrong?
The other guardian asked in alarm as he watched the young dragon's clutch at her chest.
It's Spyro! He's in trouble!
She forced herself to stand again. I have to find him! She took up running down the stairs.
Dark Master's already here!
The other shouted to the other dragons.
We will sound the alarm for the city. You youngers need to go and get the dragons to shelter.
Every head nodded.
Good. Now go! We are short of time!
Malfoy pressed the spearhead of the crystal in Spyro's back. The stone instantly cut through his scales and slipped into his warm flesh. The purple dragon screamed, trying to dodge about as the dark monster slowly pushed the shard deeper in.
Good. Feel the pain. This is nothing compared to what you will experience when I finish with you.
Spyro's eyes widened and his cries grew louder as the dark monster began to twist the jagged shard around inside his back. Tears began to flow from Spyro's eyes, and he kicked his hind legs to try and get away, but he was held fast.
You're not going anywhere.
He pressed the shard in deeper, and suddenly Spyro felt paralyzed. His screams died off and his legs went limp. His body began to convulse, trying to get air, and his claws turned to squeaks as he tried to breathe.
This is one of those main nerve points on a dragon that are hard to hit unless you have pinpoint accuracy.
Malfoy continued as he explained as he continued to twist the shard in a casual manner. By now, Spyro's blood was flowing freely and soaking into his floor.
It's much easier to hit when your prey is lying still, or has their back to you in an unsuspecting manner.
Spyro turned his head and glared at the dark monster, who laughed.
See, even now you refuse to give up.
He laughed and tweaked the crystal again.
And now...
The black dragon leaned down and lowered his voice, saying his words stabbed into Spyro's heart.
Now, as I promised, I'm going to kill that precious dragon of yours that you stole from me.
Suddenly, something snapped inside Spyro. He reared back, knocking the black dragon out of balance, and let loose a blood-curdling roar. Spyro turned and glared at the Dark Master.
I won't let you hurt Cinder. You will never touch a single scale on her ever again. Now will I still have a breath in my body to stop you? Then let me change that.
Malfoy lunged for Spyro. The purple dragon tried to sidestep, but the shard on his back slowed him down. Malfoy tackled him to the floor, stepping on his neck and let his claws tickle the young dragon's muscles. Do yourself a favor, give up. If I had given up, I would have never been you before, Spyro spat, and I'll do it again. He turned his head and spewed a wave of fire into the Dark Master's face. The dragon howled and clawed at his burning face. Spyro staggered to his feet. The Dark Master stumbled around, pawing at his face and then suddenly stopped. He looked back as far as his skin healed over. Just kidding. Spyro! Both dragons turned their heads toward the doorway. Cinder! Spyro shouted. Get out of here! Run! It's the Dark Master! Perfect. The black dragon smiled and his tail blade twitched excitedly. Spyro's heart skipped a beat as the dragon launched towards his dragoness. Suddenly, time slowed down. Spyro leaped forward and placed himself in front of Cinder. His time control wave then quit before he could take up a defensive position. The black dragon's tail blade stabbed into his shoulder, and he roared in pain as he fell back on top of Cinder. Spyro! Cinder cried. Malfoy strode over them and struck at Cinder again. Spyro threw himself on top of her as the blades cut into his wing. Malfoy struck again and again, each time aiming for Cinder but wounding Spyro further. Spyro cried out with each blow, but forced himself to endure the pain. His urge to protect the dragoness gave him strength. At last, Malfoy had enough. He raised his tailblade with the flat side, ready to hammer in the crystal for the final killing blow. Now, to end your pitiful life. Cinder's eyes grew as she looked over Spyro's bleeding shoulder. No! She screamed and coughed out a spray of venom. The Dark Master bellowed as he fell onto his back, tearing at his face. His flesh burned and the wretched smell filled the air. Thanks, Cinder. Spyro wheezed as he got to his feet. Spyro, why didn't you tell me? She asked, ready to burst into tears as she looked him over. I'll explain later. Spyro turned back to Malfoy, who was trying to improve cover, but the chocolate was slowing his progress. I can't fight him like this. Spyro sighed and stood on his hind legs as much as he could without making the crystal embed inside his back more. Oh my god, Spyro! A sickened look spread across Cinder's face as she saw how deep the shot was. Can you do anything about it? Spyro gasped. No! Both dragons turned to see Malfoy look at them with blood-red eyes. His dark aura spread and engulfed the black dragon's body. Spyro moved in front of Cinder more as a manifestation of Dark Master reared his massive head in a loud roar. I will not be beaten by a pair of patches again! Give it up, Malfoy! The dragons turned to see Terrador drop from the sky and hover just beyond the railing. If you try and go after Spyro Cinder, you will face the wrath of Guardians once more, and I guarantee it will be the last this time. I would like to see you try, old-timer. Malfoy turned to face him. Just then, Creo and Fauchier dropped down beside him, along with Stella, Ember, and Flame. You old drugs are no match for me. And now that I have a younger, better fit body, I can... His voice trailed off. He felt the taste of mercury in his mouth, and blood trickled down the black dragon's back and from his open mouth. Malfoy turned to see Cinder had plunged the crystal shard into his host's back. Her paws bled as the razor-sharp edge of the crystal cut into her skin. The young black dragon coughed as more blood started against the railing. You little bitch! The Dark Master roared, feeling his host's body begin to give out. You stood against me for the last time! The magnified dragon raised a claw and struck Cinder across the face, seeing her flying against the wall. Spyro felt his blood boil as he watched her stunt to the ground. That does it! Spyro roared and his body began to glow with convexity. His blood that trickled from his wound seemed to stop and hover in the air up around him. I'm going to kill you for good, Malfoy! He charged up a blast of purple energy and fire, letting it burn to the black dragon. Dark Master Dragon bellowed in agony, and the manifested Malfoy began to dissipate. Spyro saw the dragon collapse to the floor, and the dark energy around him faded away. Do you really think that this is the end of it? Malfoy scoffed. No, not by a long shot, young dragon. I have a plentiful supply of holes that I can use for a body. Anytime I choose. I will be back soon, and I will make you and the rest of the world suffer. With that, the lust of dark magic disappeared. Spyro panted heavily and clawed onto his hind legs. The black dragon coughed and his sides heaved as he lay down on the floor. Spyro dragged himself over and looked down at Niner. Thank you, the black dragon whispered. Maybe now I can rest. You'll be alright. Spyro placed a paw on the dragon's shoulder, trying to comfort him in his final moments. Niner shook his head sadly. No, I'm not going to make it, he wheezed. Just as well. I need to pay for my sins. And maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to see my best friend again. Spyro sighed and watched his tears roll down Niner's cheeks. The black dragon closed his eyes as he felt his hand come. I'm sorry, please, he whimpered. I'm so sorry. Spyro watched sadly as the dragon's sides rose and then fell one last final time. He dragged himself over to Cinder's body and lay down next to her. She didn't move but was still breathing, much to Spyro's relief. Thank the ancestors, Spyro gasped as he felt the loss of blood take over his world and fade to black.